Good morning, friends. Today we are going to start with forms of organization. Organization is designed on the basis of principles of labor and span of management. Every organization has its own form or structure which suits its style of work or functioning. It is designed by management to meet specific goals of the organization. Organization structure allows in fixing the responsibility department wise. It establishes authority. It gives division of activities and it clearly defines authority and responsibility. There are different types of organization or different forms of organization. First one is line, military or scalar organization. Second, functional organization. Third, line and staff organization. Fourth, committee organization, project organization, matrix organization and free-form organization. These are few forms of organization. As far as university question is concerned, there will be a question on line and staff organization. Give different forms of organization and explain any one will may be a question in a question paper. First, we will learn line organization or military organization, or it is also called a scalar organization. Line organization is simple and oldest type of organization followed in every company or in a small scale company. Under line organization, each department is generally a complete self-contained unit. A separate person will look after the activity of the department and he has full control over the department. Now, I will show you the diagram of line organization. As in a figure you will find it is a line organization. It is from top to bottom organization. Line organization is divided into different categories, different hierarchies. First one is production manager, then below production manager there will be a foreman A, foreman B and foreman C. Below foreman A there will be workers A, B, C, D, and below foreman B there will be a workers, and again below a foreman workers are there. So this is clear-cut guidelines to each and every worker, foreman or production managers. The advantages of line organization is, first one, it is a simplest organization and it is simple to understand and implement. As far as this organization is concerned, this organization is very simple. Management gives clear-cut direction that foreman should listen to production managers and workers should listen to foremen. It is useful for small scale organization. So first advantage was simplicity. Every organization part, that may be a worker, that may be a foreman, that may be a production manager, he knows his responsibility and he is well aware whom to listen and from whom to take a guidelines, from whom to take a orders. Second advantage is division of authority and responsibility. As I told you people that division of authorities and responsibilities are clear. Foreman knows what to do and what responsibility he is having. Foreman also knows what authority he does have. Workers also knows what to do and from whom to take orders and whom to listen. So there is clear-cut division of authority and responsibility in this organization. Then unity of control. Foreman is having a control over workers and production manager is having a control over foreman. So there is a unity of control. Worker need not to get directions from another executives or another person who is not directly involved into production. In some organizations there will be a different functional leaders which gives guidelines to production lines, and so there may be a control ambiguity on workers. Workers does not understand from whom to listen. But here control is clear and workers know that we have to listen from the foreman. Then next advantage is speedy action. As workers are working at shop line, he will report their problem to foreman and foreman will understand what problem is there. He immediately takes action upon the problem and say that action is speedily happened. So it is a speedy action type. Next advantage is that there will be a clear-cut discipline among all line workers as well as foreman and higher authority. It is also called a military organization due to this discipline in the organizational structure. As authority and responsibilities are clear, there will remain a discipline. Worker has to listen only foreman has to listen only of a production manager. Next advantage is it is economical. There is no any additional guidance or any additional authority, and hence it is a single line authority, so it is quite economical. In some organization there may be a consultant, there may be few agents, or there may be a consultant who gives guidelines to the management and management percolates same at the bottom. There may be parallel authority who will give guidelines to workers. Suppose for example from purchase department there will be guideline to foreman and production managers. From finance department there may be guidelines to the production manager. So production manager has to listen from purchase department, marketing department and from finance department. So there will be additional burden, ambiguity, and there will not be discipline, even it is not economical. But this structure, line structure, is quite economical because at one point there will be one person. Worker will listen to foreman and there is no additional consultant to foreman or production engineers. So there is no additional economical burden upon the organization. Next advantage is coordination. There is coordination between foreman and production engineer, foreman and workers, not only in terms of professional ethics but in terms of personal ethics also. Due to a strong bonding, there remains a coordination between the workers and the foreman. Next is next advantage is direct communication. There is direct communication. Workers can directly communicate to his immediate boss, that is foreman. He will communicate his problem directly to foreman. And last advantage is flexibility. It is easy to expand and flexibility is more in this type of organization. Disadvantages of line organization. The first disadvantage of line organization is lack of specialization. That means this organization type does not look after a specialization, expertization of a workers. If worker A is expert not only in his work but also he is specialized in another work, then that type of specialization cannot be utilized under line organization. So there is lack of specialization. Specialized people are not utilized at particular point. Specialization of worker or foreman or production manager goes waste because everybody is working in line and he has to work on a certain point. Then next advantage is overloading. As worker works in a line, there will be overburden upon the workers. You have to finish 100 products within a day. This is a target to each and every worker, foreman or production manager, and there may be possibility of overloading the activities. Suppose there may be problem in material management. It is not in the hands of production manager. Material mismanagement because he does not deal with production manager. Production manager does not deal with material management or purchase management, and hence he has to look after the raw material available for production. So overloading may be there because production manager has to handle all versatile activities. Even workers has to handle all versatile activities. So overloading may be there. They has to handle activities in which they are not expert. Then third one is lack of initiative. As this type of activity or organization is monotonous in nature, there will be lack of initiativeness among the workers. Worker will not think out of the box, out of the way, and hence they becomes inactive and they will not take initiative in their work. Next disadvantage, scope for favoritism. Workers and foreman or foreman and production manager are involved in not only professionally among themselves but they involve personally, and hence there may be a favoritism among the workers. If worker A works better than worker B, then foreman A will give favoritism to worker A than worker B. So worker B will become unhappy over this favoritism. Next disadvantage is dictatorial. Foreman A has to give order to workers and workers has to listen whatever orders given by foreman A, whether that order may be faulty or it is having a flaw, but worker has to listen a higher authority only, and hence it is one type of dictatorial organization. Then there will be a limited communication. As this type of organization is dictatorial organization, there may be possibility that a limited communication may take place among workers, foremen and higher authorities. Then united administration. Administration is concentrated on single point, and hence there will be a overburden on administrative persons. So united organization will be there. There may not be a distributive type of administration. Subjective approach is another disadvantage. Approach towards work will be a subjective, and non-subjective approach is not paid attention to. For example, if worker works for 8 hours and he gives production of 100 units per day, then this approach is called subjective approach. Whether workers' problems, if there is no raw material available for the production, that approach is not in the hands of workers and it is not listened by the higher authorities, or it is not attended by the higher authorities. Then next disadvantage, instability. There may be instability among the workers because this type of work is monotonous. Hence worker will not be stable. Next disadvantage is lack of coordination. As there is difference in opinion in this coordination, in some cases if everything goes right, there will be right coordination among the workers and superiors, and if there is some problems in the organization, suppose worker makes their own organization, worker joins to the association, then there will be lack of coordination between association and the management, and there will be again a lack of coordination among the workers and higher authorities. So possibility of association, and there will be a lack of coordination. Now where this organization is useful, what is its suitability? Let us understand suitability of such type of organization. Line organization is suitable in small scale organization. Next part, that is functional organization, we will learn in next lecture.